What if finale wouldn't be complete without a crossover event from previous episodes, right? In Season 1, we witnessed the Guardians of the Multiverse, where the Watcher recruited heroes from various episodes to join forces and defeat Ultron. This time, it's more about concluding the unofficial Captain Carter trilogy that unfolded throughout the season. The episode kicks off in the 1602 pub, with Peggy sharing a drink with Strange Supreme, who just arrived from the future. Peggy requests Strange to take her back to her own time, and he gladly agrees. The Watcher reminds us that this is the version of Stephen Strange, who destroyed his world trying to prevent the death of Christine Palmer. Despite doubts about his altruistic intentions, the Watcher suggests they must unite to tackle a new, unprecedented threat. Strange takes Peggy to his sanctum infinitum, a palace-like structure filled with crystal orbs, each containing a universe killer like Infinity Ultron, Thanos, Loki, and more. According to Strange, he has been on a mission to trap these powerful beings in the crystals and save their respective worlds. He needs Peggy's help because one of them has escaped. Initially hesitant due to meddling in the multiverse, Peggy changes her mind when reminded of her recent heroic act in saving an alternate 1602 London. Armed with her original armor, Peggy is about to be sent to track down the escaped being. She questions why Strange needs her help, and he explains that she is the element of surprise that will catch the mysterious entity off guard. Peggy wonders how she'll recognize the being, and Strange cryptically replies with a "you'll know." Heading to South Dakota, where Strange last saw the being, Peggy discovers a destroyed forest leading to a unique version of Mount Rushmore with only Red Skull's face carved into it. The Watcher appears, revealing that in this universe, the Project Rebirth bomb was larger, killing both Peggy and Steve, allowing Hydra to use the Tesseract to win World War II. Peggy, resentful of the Watcher's presence, accuses him of not helping and interfering in worlds that are not his own. Frustrated, the Watcher leaves as Peggy confronts the challenges ahead. The powerful being reveals herself to Peggy as a streak of Tesseract blue light, swiftly knocking Peggy off balance. After a brief chase, Peggy hurls her shield at the being, who catches it, revealing her identity as Kahori. Contrary to earlier assumptions, Strange Supreme's appearance to Kahori was not for recruitment, but to imprison her. Seemingly driven by a desire to ensure unchecked European colonization, Strange aimed to confine Kahori. Kahori acknowledges Peggy's mission to save the multiverse and discloses that it's Strange who is the true universe killer. Returning Peggy's shield as a gesture of goodwill, Kahori proposes a collaboration. As they tentatively agree, they are abruptly transported back to the sanctum infinitum. Strange joyfully attempts to crystallize Kahori again, dismissing her claims as lies. Kahori insists that Strange, besides collecting universe killers, is also gathering heroes to feed them to the Forge and resurrect his own universe. Facing the truth, Strange abandons denial and focuses on trapping Kahori. Understanding Strange's motivation to save Christine, Peggy confronts him, but her sympathy wanes as she witnesses the pain he inflicts on Kahori. After Kahori pleads for help, Peggy intervenes and disrupts Strange's magic flow. Realizing she can't face Strange alone, Peggy harnesses the crystallized heroes and villains in the room. Angering Strange, Peggy releases them from their crystal prisons, initiating a chaotic, superpowered confrontation. With the room in disarray, Peggy seizes the opportunity to rescue Kahori and thwart the Forge's activation. Exiting the chaotic fight scene, Peggy and Kahori encounter fog and an ominous red light. Zombie Wanda, accompanied by a zombie army, confronts them. The situation takes an unexpected turn when Hela appears. While the zombies no longer pose a threat, Hela demands their submission. Kahori is ready to resist, but the situation shifts when Surtur arrives, engaging in a fierce battle with Hela. Peggy and Kahori must reach the Forge quickly, especially as Strange sends formidable adversaries like Thanos after them. The urgency escalates as Killmonger, armed with the Infinity Stones, enters the fray. Peggy remembers their previous encounter during the Multiverse saving mission. Recognizing the solution, she informs Kahori that to stop Strange, they must retrieve the stones from Killmonger. Kahori takes on the challenge, blasting Killmonger away and leaving behind the Infinity Stone-encrusted suit. Peggy touches the suit, and the 6 stones embed themselves into her armor. Their triumph is short-lived as Kahori detects Strange activating the Forge, a bright purple ominous contraption resembling Mount Doom, complete with a perilous, guardrail-free walkway. Upon reaching the location, Strange awaits them, seemingly unimpressed by Peggy's new Infinity Stone armor, having previously contributed to defeating such armor. Despite Peggy's confidence that things will be different this time, she initially resorts to throwing her shield at him, now infused with the glow of the Infinity Stones. As Strange summons dragons to attack, Peggy and Kahori split up, with Peggy facing the beasts using her enhanced armor while Kahori focuses on destroying the Forge. The battle takes a captivating turn as Peggy masters her armor, and the 2 women coordinate their efforts. However, stopping Strange remains elusive amidst his unpredictable tactics. Responding to Kahori's taunt about being outnumbered, Strange summons an army of Strange Supremes. In a countermove, Peggy replicates herself and Kahori, but Strange transforms the duplicates into butterflies, plunging Peggy into a flashback of the day she received the Super Soldier Serum. Returning to reality, Peggy decks Strange, disrupting the fight and prompting him to attempt to drop everyone into the Forge. Kahori intervenes, initiating a prolonged struggle in and around the Forge. As the climax approaches, Peggy and Kahori endure a fierce battle against Strange's sense of entitlement, with the latter attempting to save him from self-destruction. As characters fall into the Forge, powerful weapons are thrown at Peggy and Kahori. Hela's helmet, Thor's hammer, and Wenwu's rings distract Strange long enough for Kahori to open portals, sending everyone home. Combining the weapons, Peggy and Kahori gain the upper hand until Strange transforms into a massive horned demon, still fixated on bringing back Christine. The Infinity Stones fall from Peggy's armor, and Kahori helps her use them to create a glove, allowing her to punch the evil out of Strange. With Strange mostly restored, Peggy seeks a way to prevent the Forge from exploding. Strange, consumed by grief, admits he can't help. Peggy questions Christine's attraction to him, highlighting his lack of empathy and perspective. Strange reverts to a demon, attempting to drag Peggy into the abyss Balrog style. However, he momentarily regains control, sacrificing his demon self to save Peggy, leaving her hanging on a ledge as the Forge seemingly explodes. Peggy blacks out again, awakening in the crystal-like void where the Watcher observes. He explains that he saved her and sent Kahori home before the explosion. They explore the universe Strange tried to recreate, with the Watcher revealing that, although successful, he will never witness it as he was never born into that reality. Peggy's belief in the goodness within Strange allowed the recreation, the side she never gave up on. The Watcher offers to take Peggy back to her universe, but she chooses the scenic route, curious about the multiverse's possibilities. The Watcher transports her to a location resembling where Loki is found at the end of Loki Season 2, leaving the door open for unforeseen multiverse adventures, perhaps even a spin-off with Captain Carter and Loki in Season 3. And that's all for today. Click here to watch our breakdown of What If Episode 7. Thanks for watching.